Hello there, my Virgos. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you do not know, I am Coco Hummingbird, and this is going to be a love energy reading for March of 2020. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Like, share, subscribe, comment, etc., etc. Let's get right into this reading. What do my Virgos have going on? Decisions, right? There could be some decisions right now going on for you. You could be trying to choose between two people, two situations, or just two different paths. Like maybe you don't know whether you should move in with someone or not, or excuse me, you don't know if you guys should like get married or not, or take things further or to the next level or not. But I feel like for some of you, it's just simple as choosing between two people, right? You have two options, two choices. You're not sure which one would be the best one, the most progressive one, the right one. And you feel like you're looking for a sign, you're hoping, you're trying to, understand what this is about, why it's happening this way and playing out this way in your love life. But you don't feel stuck, but you just feel a little lost. There's almost like a sense of wanting to protect yourself. So you may kind of isolate yourself or pull back a little bit because you don't know which way to go or what to do or who to choose. You could have this feeling of like, I'll just choose me, like I'll just focus on me, or like maybe this is not the time to go into love right now. Let me just focus on this money. Let me just, focus on things that make me feel good, my hobbies or something like that. And so you don't jump right in and make a decision right away. I feel like you take your time, you weigh things out. It's not for sure that it's two people. It could just be two things. Like maybe someone's trying to choose between work and their love life. They're trying to make more time for their lover and also for their job or something like that. It's just an option, a choice. There's two things that are really significant to you, Virgo, that you're trying to choose between. Somehow I feel like you just put this wall up and you start to put love on the back burner. You're like, I just, when the time is right. Like it's just like, when the time is right. Like you get to that point somehow in March of 2020. You or someone you're dating, I feel like I needed to say that. So some of you could be dealing with someone who's taking on this energy. And then surprisingly, whomever you're dealing with could take it in stride. Like you think it would be offensive to them, right? Or you think that they may be bothered by it. It could come out in some way. The person could become a little disappointed, a little let down. They may have thought they were your one and only, or that you were for sure, or you were ready to take some type of step or make some type of move. But it could come out that you're not really ready. You're not ready to make that change, to bring something to an end, to transform something or grow something or progress in some way. But more so than angry and argumentative, I feel like there's just an energy of disappointment, an energy of hurt, an energy of, being let down. But someone is definitely probably stuck on you though. Like even if they feel hurt or disappointed, like they're willing to wait. Like whomever you're dealing with, if you like choose to break the news to someone that you want to take things slower, or you're more you kind of want to focus on your career, or you have something that you need to end with someone else from the past, an ex or something, you need closure, whatever it is. This person is like kind of like hurt and like what's the word? I don't want to say like, am I tripping? Like, was that date not real? Was that love not real? Like, why are you pulling back? Why are you holding back? They're like, well, I'll wait for you. They may tell you that, like, I love you, or I'll wait for you, or I mean, I understand, so we can work through it. Let's just talk about it, or something like that. And I feel like you respect that. That seems very mature. Like, okay, you can have a mature conversation. I like this. But in the midst of that, there's also some guardedness and defensiveness that comes about. Like this person says that they can handle something that they probably can't handle, or they want the truth or some type of explanation that they probably won't be able to process as well as they're putting off that they'll be able to process. There's a lot of communication energy in the readings for March. Okay. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign or an earth sign, but we have a someone could succumb to a weakness, right? Someone has a soft spot for someone, and I feel like it could be you, Virgo. You may have a soft spot for an ex or someone who you have like this on again, off again thing with, and you could fall right into that soft spot, and that could you could open yourself to that person again, and that could be what leads to, you could have done this in the past, and that could be what leads to that energy of, having to choose between two people or date two people or something like that. So for some of you, it is two people that you're dealing with, and it's just like, I'm super stuck, I don't know what to do, and I'm just gonna sit here. I'm not gonna make a choice. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, it's like like I said, you just kind of fall back and like, I'm just gonna focus on me, or you just like, I'm not gonna make a choice. Do I have to choose? It's a little awkward feeling. Like, it's like almost like your whole reading is just about like you choosing between two things, and I feel like it's two people, but I keep trying to say it could be other things, because I also feel like for some of you it could be like work and home, or friends and love, or something like that. But for some of you, it's just pure and simple, you're trying to choose between two people, and I feel like one could be like this person who maybe drives you crazy, or like just really gives you this passion, but you maybe were immature, or both of you guys were, or they were, when you were messing with them, so you guys couldn't go but so far, and then they may be coming back and they're like, hey, I know you miss me because I miss you too, or like, can we just talk about some things? Like, they're kind of coming back at you like a little more mature, but still with that energy that they had that drew you in, like that charismatic, like charm, like, I don't know, it's something about someone that draws you in. You're like, okay, well, I was trying to like build something a little bit, but let me think now. And I just feel like that's where you end up, like, especially like mid-March, maybe you're like, let me think. Let me ponder. So in the midst of that, you may decide, like, you may go back and forth. So like one day you may decide like, okay, I don't have time for the past energy. I don't have time to do this again with you. You're like, we can't get to that 10 of cups. We can't get to that full love phase. We can't, move ahead. You're gonna block my love life from progressing like it should. Like you come to some type of realization about someone. You're like, look, this isn't going to work, right? I feel like during March, you get to this point of like, you know what? Let's just face the music. This is not going to work out. Now, in the midst of that, though, I feel like since you've been so back and forth, when you start to try to make a decision, there's some type of turmoil that takes place. So maybe the person you were dealing with felt that there was another party involved, even if you didn't tell them. Either way, it won't be all peaches and cream. Like, you'll try to run back in full speed ahead towards them, but I feel like there will be some disagreements, there will be some remarks, there will be some arguments, some tough conversations. The energy just get really weird, and you may have to remove yourself. I feel like you may kind of get a little anxious. It may give you a little anxiety, a little bit of frustration and confusion. So you may get to this point of being like, back to isolation mode. Like, okay, I'm just gonna, like, everybody's just, it's just all negativity now. Like, I thought something was so loving and positive. I thought I was moving towards something. I thought I was trying to make the right choice and right decision by trying to really weigh out and be considerate of feelings. And, I got lost in this thing, and it just happened so fast. And all of these feelings and emotions, like, it's like an anxious feeling, and you could just realize that possibly the person that you thought you wanted or you thought you should move forward with is a little immature. They still have a lot of growing to do, and so you try to go back to another person, or you try to move on with someone else, and that doesn't go well because that person maybe knew you were trying to choose between two, or that you chose someone else above them. But give them time. I do feel like there is a possibility of a nurturing like blossoming energy, right? So someone may give you another chance, or if they don't give you another chance, they may be willing to hear you out at least, and to start slow and steady with you. They may be willing to communicate a bit day by day. They may be willing to actually set the reset, but they're going to tell you, like, we're going to take this really slow. They have a strong, passionate attraction towards you, though, and that is what helps them decide to, like, still be open enough to maybe, be friends or friends with benefits, and then lead into maybe trying to date again or something like that. I feel like you don't really like feeling like you're an option, or like this person is delegating or dictating how the relationship should progress, but you know that you also hurt someone's feelings a little bit or offended them. I feel like there could be a past energy. They could dismiss themselves in some way simply because they feel like it's the right thing to do. They could have sabotaged the connection. So if you were trying to choose between an ex and a new person, your ex could sabotage the connection in some way because they felt like that was the just thing to do. They feel like maybe you would be happier without them. Or like if you're trying to choose between them and someone else, like they know that someone else could be around, they're like, no, let me make the choice for you, and they sabotage the relationship on purpose. But I don't feel like they really wanted to. They're really torn about this deep inside of themselves, and I think they may feel like this is not finished forever. This is just like taking a break moment. I'm sure that this will come back around. It always does. And they feel really optimistic about the future with you. So, yeah. Virgos, if I could give you any advice at the end of this crazy reading, I would say take your time. Pace yourself out. Be as honest as possible, but not hurtful. And just know that you can't, have it completely your way. You can't, like, hold on to two people. You won't be able to do it perfectly. You can't, like, go back and forth or something like that, okay? Take your time. Weigh things out, but at the same time know that every action has a consequence or a reaction, and just be prepared for whatever that consequence or reaction could be. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I hope this reading was helpful. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Tune in for the next one. As I said, these are general, so don't try to make it fit. Like, some of you may actually supposed to end up with the ex, and the new person may not be the person that fits you. The story may fit you a little bit different, but that's just a bit of the storyline that I was picking up on. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can reach me at cocoreadings@gmail.com. I will see you guys in the next reading. Love and air hugs. Bye, guys.